YouTube, what up? It is your boy Big Play Slay here, coming back with another video. And in today's video, we'll be going over 5 free agents, offensive guards the Eagles should target in this 2022 free agency up-and-coming class. Let's jump right into it, with the first guy being none other than Scherff, offensive guard of the Washington Commanders. He's been on this team for the better part of the last decade. I mean, the only reason he didn't get any recognition was, for one, he played with one of the best players in the league with Conor Williams. And, Washington hasn't really been that good in the last decade. They've had their moments here and there, but they haven't been, consistently good. So they won't get the recognition that they probably deserved at the time here and there. But Scherff deserved really most of the recognition on that team. He's been to 5 Pro Bowls. He's a one-time All-Pro. He's been on that team for the last better part of that decade. Faced some of the best interior defensive tackles in the league: Fletcher Cox, Aaron Donald. So it's not like this guy is a slouch. I wouldn't get him for the Eagles because he's an older guy, but you should always target him. You should always look at him because of the money side. Just in terms of the money side, I don't think we're gonna get him, but he's definitely a notable guy that I would look at in this free agency class. Second guy I would target is Laken Tomlinson. Now, I don't know if this is going to happen or not because, the 49ers are already in trade talks, or not in trade talks. Why did I say trade talks? I meant to say they're in, They're in signing talks, and long-term extension talks with Laken Tomlinson in terms of his future with the Niners. This guy had an unbelievable season. He had a phenomenal season this year. I think he's gonna stay there, but if he doesn't, and if he wants to be a free agent to, get more money through free agency, if the Niners don't give him any money, you should always look at him. Because we could bribe him with money. We really can't. I mean, we have a ton of money this year in free agency. And if we don't look at an interior guard in this first round or second round, or hell, even the entire draft, then you look at free agency and you see a guy that didn't get signed by his team that's really good, then you go after him. Obviously, do they get rid of him? No. I think they extend him long term. I would love to get him because, he's at that 30 age mark. So he's in that middle marker in terms of his age. He's a little bit old, but I think he would be a good fit to what we're trying to do. Interior guard, with great, talent. He's a good player. And he had a great season this year. He had a really good season. He made it to the Pro Bowl. He played all 17 games this year. So salute to him. Commend all to him. So yeah, give me Laken Tomlinson. I would definitely look at him for sure, but will we get him? Probably not. Absolutely not. The third guy we should target is Andrew Norwell. And I say Andrew Norwell because Andrew Norwell, he's a player on the Jacksonville Jaguars he's solid. He's not great or anything. I mean, he had his moments in his career here and there. I mean, he isn't the best offensive lineman in the league. But I think he is a solid guard. Yeah, in terms of guards, he definitely fits what we're trying to look at because he only gave up 3 sacks this year, 9 penalties. Offensive snaps played, that was about 1,078. He's solid in pass block situations, so, and he's faced some of the best defensive tackles over the last couple of years and the better part of this last decade. He's 30 years old. I mean, he's played for the Panthers in his, last couple of years. I mean, now he plays for the Jags. Do they stick to him or they get rid of him? I think he goes to free agency. He goes to a team that's actually better. Maybe Doug Peterson coming there makes him stay. But if we get him, I think our offensive line would be solid. I don't think it's going to be as good with Brandon Brooks in it, but I think it's going to be a solid offensive line. So yeah, I would love to get a guy like Andrew Norwell. But the fourth guy I would look at is none other than the Super Bowl champion, Austin Corbett. Austin Corbett is an interior guard for the Los Angeles Rams. He's 26 years old. He's 6'4", 280. He's young, as I said. So it's not like we need to completely go to the draft for younger offensive linemen. We have one here. Pro Football Focus or Pro Football Reference says, he's obviously he's a Super Bowl champion, but he's played for the Rams. He's played for the Browns as well. So he's only played a couple years in the league. 17 games played this year, 41 in his entire career. He averages about 20 or 9 a game, 9 games per year. So yeah, man. This year he gave up 0 sacks. He allowed 0 sacks this year. Solo tackles he gave up about 3 combined 3. Gave up 0 sacks. So he had a solid season. He didn't give up really too many forced fumbles or any fumbles really. So yeah, in yards I don't see any. So he did good interiors, in terms of the interior. And another good reason for that is because he practiced with Aaron Donald for literally every practice. He faced the best defensive tackle in the league for the last better part of this decade. That definitely helped a lot. You could clearly tell. And he's only been in the league for about 3 years. 5 years now, actually, because he played 2 years with Cleveland. So, yeah, man, I would love to get a guy like him. If he's there, I would get him. Or if we look through the draft, you could always look through the draft. But if he's one of the younger guys that I would look at. The last and final guy, I know he's a Dallas Cowboy, but I only put him on the list because we needed one more guy. Conor Williams. Conor Williams, he's not bad. He's been solid for the last couple of years, statistically. He was a second-round draft pick. He was the 50th selection in 2018. He's 6'5", 298. He in his last couple of years, his 2017 tape, and you could just go back to his college year, they said he was going to be a monster. He hasn't really lived up to it, but he's solid. I will say that. He gave up 1 sack this year, 15 penalties, obviously, 948 offensive snaps played throughout his career. I would say Williams is actually pretty solid for a guard. Pro Football Focus has rated him as a starter. He's 70.6 overall grade. That's something that he carries. He's equally as good as some of the offensive tackles or guards that they have over there in Dallas. So it's not like he's any bad. And he could definitely be a good fit for us. How old is he actually? He is, I want to say he's 24 years old. That would be a solid move. I'm not even going to lie. I would definitely get that if he's there. He's 24 years old. I understand he plays for Dallas, but interior guards, I would get him. And we have the money for it. So I'm going to end this video off right here, y'all. Thank you guys for watching. Name me 5 guys in the chat or comment section you guys would look at for the Eagles in terms of interior guards. Your boy is out. Peace.